No listening. If you're under 18, this is not for children, okay? I'm tired of not being able to walk past preschools. Hashtag sex offender by accident. Don't poop in a sandbox. No listening. If you're under 18, thank you.
Niños, escuchen estas palabras mientras que salen de mis labios agrietos. El siguiente programa, aunque esto sea muy divertido para toda la gente, no es para los niños. Como un burro que busca agua fría, un balde, y eso le va a dar toda la satisfacción que necesita, esta agua no es para ustedes. Por favor, vayan donde sus padres. Ayúdelos a limpiar los baños. No vayan a escuchar esto. Es muy importante. Que Dios nos bendiga a los Estados Unidos. Gracias.
Brian McCarthy interview show. Adam is now drinking his Coke. Disco. Listen to that beat. Breaking it down in Uptown. Take your hand and touch it. Touch it. Now rub it. Brian McCarthy interview show. Listen to that beat. Touch it. Now rub it. I wish I could still drink.
Show number 500 and something, is that right? Or 300?
Not quite. Like
show number 7 million.
Definitely in the 400s.
Definitely the 400s. Okay.
Look.
Dude, when we get to 420, we're
going to guess 410.
All right. 10 episodes from now, we're going to get so stoned because it's going to be the 420 show.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
We're going to
get all lit up.
We're going to smoke gravity bongs. So we'll get
that. This today is 411. We could do a blacklight poster for the background.
Oh, for 420?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro. Get one of those MC Escher posters.
Could we get one of the members of Cypress Hill, maybe?
Yeah, I'm sure B Reels
Laney represent Bobo.
I'm sure B Reels on Cameo.
I want to say, listen to the Brian McCarthy interview show. Now you know here it is in a row.
Yeah, I wonder if you could.
Not a bad idea.
Especially to get him to do
fucking A.
I was listening to the intro by everybody. Welcome, by the way. I'm Brian.
We could do that with AI. Probably we could get like a B Reel voice emulator.
Do you think that's a thing?
Oh, yeah, you can impersonate. No. I haven't really.
I bet B Real could use that $35. Okay, so let's just pay him. Yeah. I'm having a good month.
Yeah, no, that's.
You just told me that I don't have to buy a whole new lighting kit, so there's $35 right there. So we were, there you go.
You were gonna
found money. Mm-hmm. That was before the show started, folks. But welcome. I'm Brian, and that's Adam, and we would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to the Brian McCarthy interview show, and of course, we say. A hearty hello to our Patreon buddies. I put that because shout out to Nick. Nick makes these clips for the show. We pay him, of course, but Nick does a very good job, very talented, very sweet boy. And he made one, and I watched the clip, and I was like, I come off a little rapey. I don't know. I mean, it's taken out of context. I talk about taking a girl's bra off while she's crying or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that actually was something that happened when I was a boy. And that happened last week. But no, and I was taking the bra off of a boy, a little fat boy.
Yeah, chubby little boy.
Yeah, chubby little fat, yeah. Hey kid, you want to get titty fucked?
Take the bro off of him.
Yeah. Let me suckle those. I'll get some milk out of those fucking.
You ever titty fuck a little chubby boy?
Yeah, you ever titty fuck?
Oh no! Oh no! He's gonna make this the clip.
Yeah, I know.
Shit. I have to put it on super secret Patreon.
Here, Nick, let me give you a couple good drops. I hate Jews, and titty fucking children is the best, and 9/11 should have happened. Okay, go.
Now the first part that'll fly at any any liberal arts university. Now.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully the woke mob doesn't come get me. Oh, the woke mob! Shut up, everybody.
Are they still out? Are they still?
Yes. I mean,
with their torches,
getting people out there.
Yeah.
Speaking of torches,
I don't think people get canceled anymore. I don't think it's like I think maybe that came and went.
Well, as a matter of fact, funny you should say that because I was just listening to a show right before the show. I take the dogs out around the block. Everybody,
sure.
So and Adam sets up everything and. So that Justin Smollett guy or Justin
Jesse Smollett?
Jesse Smollett. There you go.
You're talking about MAGA country?
Yes.
The one that got orchestrated a fake hate crime?
Yeah. It turns out that his MAGA white guys, homophobic guys were a couple of Nigerian bodybuilders.
Oh, yeah. They were his trainers.
Oh, so hot.
Yeah. I think they were the guys from your Cameo video.
I wouldn't mind getting trained by those two guys.
I know. Isn't it great that they like slurs white, but they were literally Nigerians in whiteface.
Yes, they were Nigeria. By the way,
I don't know that they were in whiteface, but I would like to think they are.
By the way, you got to use a lot of whiteface if you're
Quite a
Nigerian.
bit.
You got to really
Fair
sell out
amount of
of
whiteface.
Yeah, that Hollywood, that Party City Halloween store is probably all out of
Got
whiteface.
to talk to the Wayans brothers to get
Pardon me. We need the white girl.
wash them out.
Yeah, Amazon's like, we don't have enough. We don't have enough of that whiteface. Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently, he ended up Justin. For those of you,
Yeah.
for those of Jesse. Sorry,
It's weird because it's Jussie.
oh god,
Jussie.
fucking names, man. I know. For those of you who don't remember, he was the guy that was on that show Empire, which may still be running or not, I don't know. But and basically what happened was he claimed that he was in Chicago and he went out to a Subway, by the way, gross, in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night to get a salad too. He wanted a salad with that shredded lettuce.
Oh, he said, but by the way, you can always tell when somebody's lying when they give you way too many details. He's like, yeah, I was horribly assaulted.
You see, they were out of the Southwest sauce.
Yeah, so it was shredded lettuce, and I wanted it on the side, but they ended up doing the cracked pepper on the lettuce. But then the lettuce is wet. I wanted the lettuce dry, and you're like, sorry, you've been talking about lettuce for 20 minutes. What happened to the noose around your neck? So, anyways, what happened with this guy was and again, I'm just gonna take a second. Just
you're recapping.
Well, I mean, it's fucking 5 years ago, 2019. Already.
Was it already that long ago?
So
wow. I feel like he just got sentenced though, right? Maybe that's what you're getting at.
Yes and no. So what happened was he said these people did this thing, and then he got back to his apartment, and long story short, he claimed that he was assaulted by two white guys wearing MAGA hats who, and by the way, this is how you know, I think this was the first chink in the armor, is when he said, apparently they shouted out, "There's that guy from Empire."
They said, "Yo, Empire."
Yes.
And he was like, and I don't respond. My name's not Empire. So I don't respond. And then I think they said, like, this is MAGA country N-word, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, number one, I don't even know white people who are married to black people that would watch Empire, much less a couple of MAGA guys who are like, you know what we love to hate watch? Empire and Tyler Perry movies.
You know, the crazy thing is he's way more famous for this now than he ever was for being an actor.
Yeah, he was.
I never knew who he was.
No, but he was making a really good living on that stupid show. My point is, it's one of those shows that it's kind of like, I don't know that many black people that watch Yellowstone. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like Empire is a show. Apparently it's a very good show, but it's a show about like wealthy black
stuff.
Well, like wealthy black people. It's about a black record executive, I'm pretty sure.
Is Terrence Howard in that?
I believe he is. Who invented algebra? That's another one. So anyway, so he got back and he said that these guys came up to him, they beat him up, and then they put a noose around his neck. And so, of course, the whole city of Chicago, hey, we got to find these MAGA guys. We're not standing for that kind of activity, not here in Cook County. If you've done this, you should come down to the station and just announce that you did it, because it's going to get real tough for you. There ain't a pizza deep enough for you to hide in.
Sure.
Deep dish pizza.
Deep dish pizza,
Yeah.
sure.
Well, we're going to go to all the Italian beef sandwiches, all the stuff I even know about
Everything's
Chicago.
very regional. Very regional.
You could be hiding on that big Ferris wheel on the Navy Pier.
I thought you were going to go under the big platinum bean.
Yeah, you could. I don't know how many cheeseburger you eat. You can, unless you were doing some hilarious improvisational sketch comedy theater, then of course that's your mulligan. All right. So anyway, so this guy Jesse claimed that this is what happened, and of course. Not of course, because the whole nation was like, oh my God, this is terrible. Well, it turns out it was all bullshit. And apparently none of it happened. And he did pay Nigerian guys to do it. And it was all part of a contract negotiation because
because wasn't he going to get written off the show or something? He thought he was going to get written off the show. So I think it was like a stunt to ensure that he was in the
reinvigorate.
I don't know.
Yeah. Here's the thing, for something that was so elaborately lied about and seemingly planned, it wasn't that well thought out. Like,
right.
I mean, I don't know where the thought process is where you go, okay, I'm getting written off my big hit show that I'm on, and I'm getting paid $100,000, an episode to do or whatever it is. I know what I'll do. I'll pretend to be the victim of a hate crime. And before you know it,
the hate crime is too elaborate.
Yeah. It's like
it's too, like the cops showed up and he still had the noose on. Like it was very much like it was like a theater hate crime, like a hate crime that played to the back of the room.
Yeah. He's like biting his lip. He's like, sorry, I'm a crime scene. I didn't want to touch this. I didn't want to touch my noose because I'm a crime scene.
Yes.
I probably. Do you guys want to cover me in yellow tape or something? And how about one of those fabulous chalk outlines of my body? There's a part of my body you're going to need a lot more chalk, if you know what I mean. There's nothing smally about my dicky. All right. So anyway, so he got in trouble. Okay. And then apparently like he got convicted of something, but it wasn't a lot. So then the state's attorney or something, they reopened the case and they were like, wait, we spent like millions of dollars on this fucking guy and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And nothing, we didn't do anything about it. So then they applied more. It's still been going on. The wheels of justice turn very slowly. And the latest thing is the the Illinois Supreme Court apparently has dismissed almost all the charges. So it all happened, and now nothing really happened. Now it's all done.
I almost feel like you have to factor in just the fact that he completely ruined his reputation. It will never be anything other than that guy. You know what I mean? Like that's at least, you know, you got to kind of factor that in.
Well, that shouldn't into his punishment, like he punished himself. You
you basically have no career anymore. I mean, I guess you could be like a, you know, surreal life guy. And you know, now that I'm saying this, I'm thinking really that maybe he created a new, new lane for himself.
Again, I don't think any of this was particularly like well planned because he did this thing. He did plan it with his Nigerian trainers.
Yeah.
By the way, who needs two trainers? I mean, what are you, Dolph Lundgren and Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid or something? And hey, you hold my feet while I do sit-ups, and you up there rub my temples. Just cover me in your African goodness. Yeah, Nigerians, Lagos.
Maybe one of them couldn't do certain days or some. Maybe it was an availability.
Right. He converted to Orthodox Judaism. The Nigerian guy. I cannot work on Friday night.
Right.
Not Friday. No day Saturday.
Right. Shabbos.
That's a Sabbath for me. The Yahweh be furious. Who knows? But it is crazy that after all that bullshit, he's out. And I don't know if he could. I don't know. But apparently, like I don't know. But I don't even know if Empire's running.
Well, the weird thing is with people like that, the best thing they could do would be lean into it, but he'll never do that because he's gonna stick to like it really happened.
When he
has to say it really happened.
When he got sentenced, he was at it and he was like, I never did. He was defiantly.
Yeah, it was a whole like but then you're also like, well, the guy's an actor, so
yeah,
you know, if as far as like synthesizing a reaction, it's like that's what he does.
Yeah. You're like, is he wearing foundation up there?
Yeah,
like,
it's hard to be like, oh, this guy seems like a straight shooter. It's like, well.
Shooter. But yeah, I don't know how any of it, nothing makes sense to me anymore. So I don't really understand like how you can do all this, cause all this brouhaha, and really cause a lot of financial things and problems and poor MAGA, my God, they
tarnished their reputation.
Yeah, they don't need that kind of bad press out there. Right. Probably there had to be at least like one copycat crime or something.
Right. It's too bad they didn't do how kind of ISIS would claim they would take credit, or like Anonymous, that hacker group, like they would take, sort of claim for the crime. It's too bad he couldn't get like the Proud Boys to sort of go, we did, we did that.
What was Gavin up to that night?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have been behind this.
Gavin McGinnis, not Gavin Newsbaum. The guy from
Newsbaum.
What's his name?
Newsom.
More like New Sense. Am I right? Come on, get on board with everything, buddy.
That's pretty good.
Thank
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, I could come up with those Trump like bad nicknames.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Rudy Battle, not Rudy Goodalani. Rudy Batted his job, Alani.
I don't know. I can't think for one for it.
No, it'll come to us. It's okay. We have another 45 minutes or so to kill. We'll figure out. We'll get back to that. We'll circle back to that. So anyway, I don't know what's going on, but apparently, like
there's not like is there a new development? Is that what?
I think it went to the Supreme Court, and apparently, like the police kind of fucked up. Apparently, like again, I listened to this about 25 minutes ago, walking around the block with the dogs, and I was like, this is interesting. Oh, but. Apparently it's like the police didn't follow. It's some sort of procedural thing that they were able to. But I will tell you, when you're caught doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, just deny, and before you know it, people will just kind of come around to it and just either forget about it or not want to just deal with you.
The problem that happens is in his case, because he was found guilty, then it hurts you because the more you can plea out, or you can do you know what I mean? If you show remorse and you go, hey, I did this, that was fucked up, I see the error of my ways, then you actually get the leniency. I mean, as far as what you're saying is good for the public, because people will, which is more probably what he cares about.
Well, again, we certainly are not going to discuss politics, but it's like, look, Trump was convicted of 34 felonies and he's like, I didn't do any of it. I am completely innocent.
Those were, are you talking about the Biden indictments?
No, I'm talking about when he was convicted in New York State.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
that's what they called him. That was the thing.
That's right. Weaponization of the
Biden.
Oh, so ridiculous. But that's what I'm saying. So, like,
100%. You want a cohesive through line.
You go, that's it. No, you're convicted. You're basically you're convicted felon. No, I'm not. Well, no, I'm not. No, I guess you're not.
In your opinion.
Well, and now I'm the president, so fuck you. Now that's my opinion is the thing. It's all
man, for sure.
What a mess out there. I tell you, Tom, we're gonna come live with you, and Ted too.
Ted and merry old Cheshire.
Ted, we're coming out to Cheshire. Yeah, we can be bobbies. I can wear one of those.
For sure.
One of those big pill hats that they wear. I don't think they wear those big pill hats anymore.
I don't know.
Over there.
I think they have. I talked to my friend Nina that we had on the show. She was a bobby in merry old England. She could probably get us an audition.
Yeah, she was the
they had she said they just have sticks. They don't have guns.
Yeah, but some of them have guns. They got to have a guy back at the precinct.
Well, I think you have to check out a gun.
Okay.
Like it's a Herb Alpert record or something.
Okay.
Hello.
Right. Do you want a brass?
You gotta check it out. You gotta fill out a form, and then same, I think, in Australia.
Yes.
It's they're very controlled with their guns. But but criminals have guns. So how's that work?
Hello, Philip. Do you think I could have that handgun we've got over there? Give me a minute. I think Bobby's already taken out for the weekend. Oh, I'm sorry. It's out. We don't have
one.
Yeah. But let's bring him on the telly. No, I know that's not the phone. Everybody, relax. Hello, Philip.
Oh, Paul says we're more than welcome. Paul/Ted. We're more than welcome.
Thank you.
He said they have a gun division. So there's a special gun unit.
Yeah. Ted's like, I've got a gun division in my pants.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck it. I come over here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. I wonder if they have, and I know.
And then Leo chimed in. He says only the SWAT has guns.
The SWAT have even bigger billy sticks.
They got the fucking
We've got a little spike on the end of it. Really give your noggin a good what for. Yeah. Hello, boom. Mm-hmm. Get back to Ireland, you Catholics. Hello, boom. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm actually going. I believe we are going to go because my daughter's turning 18. Where do the years go? And I think we're going to go to Paris for a vacation.
Nice.
Apparently that's what you do. You as
McCarthy European vacation.
Holiday road.
Oh, that's great. You are kind of like the Clark Griswold of the Upper East Side.
Remember Rusty?
Yes. Rusty.
If you haven't seen National Lampoon's European Vacation, it's not a great movie, but it's pretty funny. It's worth.
I watch Christmas Vacation every year. I think I've maybe seen European Vacation one time when I was 15 or something.
It's not terrible, but it's pretty funny. It's stupid whatever. It's worth a look. If you have an hour and 45 minutes and you have nothing, if you've detailed your car already or whatever, put it on because it's not another great. And I do want to get back to Paris in a minute, but it's another great Chevy Chase movie is Spies Like Us. With him and Dan Aykroyd. You know what I'm talking about?
I do, but that's another one I probably haven't seen.
Very, very funny.
What year did that come out? I'll tell you how long it's been.
I bet it came out. Let me guess, 1986.
Okay,
that's when it came out. I wasn't even born yet.
I was 5 years old.
You sure were. And still the same haircut.
Probably close to it.
Yeah. Well,
it changed a lot in between, but this was something more like. I probably had crooked bangs.
Yeah, little cute, little bangs, yeah. So we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go to Paris.
85.
85.
You were
I
very
was
close.
off by here though. I would have lost the showcase. You know that Price is Right. You know,
Sure,
do you get the
of
reference?
course. Yeah, it's Showcase Showdown.
So,
for
but
sure.
here's the thing: they show you all that shit, and then they say, "How much do you think all that shit costs?" And you go $9,000. And if it's 89,
because you said 86, so you went one over. Oh,
exactly.
okay, yeah.
So if the showcase is actually only if the answer is 8,500,
Right.
I've gone over and I've blown it. That's
You
it.
wouldn't have won the jacuzzi.
You ever see when somebody gets the exact dollar amount? Do you know what happens?
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
You get both of the showcase prizes. You get it both of them, and then you get to fuck one of those girls that works the Plinko machine right in front of Bob Barker.
Wasn't there a lot of like, did she come with it humor, or am I just thinking of
the
car shows I went to with my dad?
Yeah. Do you come with the car? Do you?
Not
come
that
with...
my dad said that, but other fellas.
Because then your dad followed up and go, because I'm going to come in that car. You can sit in my cum. It's like, whoa, Dad.
Oh,
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Hey, we got a super sticker from Heartless Romantic.
Hey, what's up, Heartless
I'm
Romantic?
not sure what that means as far as a super sticker. Basically, it's a
we're happy to
tip without a message.
Hey, we're happy to have you. Thank you very much. It's very nice of you. That's that goes into the Gallagher's fund.
Right.
Exactly. It's like we're raising a telephone.
Yeah, we got to set a date for that.
I tell
I'm
you,
chomping at the bit.
Once next week we have, and for those of our international audience, we have a holiday coming here called Thanksgiving. So once Thanksgiving is over, Christmas will really kick in a high gear, and then we'll go to Gallagher's and we'll just go out there and we'll talk to the guy. I know who to.
Oh, you didn't talk to the guy last time?
Well, I talked to like two of the girls that work there. I mean, I talked to some strippers, but I
sure.
basically was like, and I don't think either one of them spoke English, so they were
really talked kind of at them.
Yeah, they're like, honey, you're here for and I was like, hey, yeah, I'm part of Brian McCarthy interview show. You probably recognize me. We're gonna do our Christmas party here. Okay, honey.
Yeah,
you want to dance?
You want to dance?
No, yeah,
baby.
You
want to dance, baby?
You know what they always say? Mi amor.
Mi amor. Yeah,
mi
well,
amor.
they're a lot of Latin.
Yeah,
ladies,
apparently, according to my friend Paco, mi amor is what Colombian girls say.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's you can generally know if they're Colombian or not because they say, I don't know, whatever. I guess because there's a lot of Colombian girls that work at Gallagher 2000. So
yeah, all the Queens is lousy with Colombian girls.
It is. I told you I might be going there in January, right? I tell you that.
Right. You can bring some more gals back.
Yeah, load them up.
Bring a load.
Excuse me,
container ship full of.
I have
girls from.
I'm flying JetBlue extra leg room. How many Colombian prostitutes can I bring back with extra leg room? Oh, right. Only one? All right. Well, let me get back in the room there and see if we pick one out.
Right.
Yeah, no. I don't know if we're going to go or not. I know we sort of have to figure that out. But it's Bruce's 50th birthday. So the idea is to do something fun. And I was like, well, that could be fun. I mean, fucking Paco speaks Spanish and everything else. And because my trip to Santo Domingo is a real fucking tire fire, this could be a way, although it's not my birthday, but I would go. Apparently, like
100%.
Yeah, because there's two cities in Colombia that you go to. I mean, obviously there's a bunch of other places, but there's Medellin, which is like in the mountains, and that's like the city. So you think of Medellin, you think of like Medellin, like Manhattan, because it's like it's a big city, but it's not anywhere near the beach. Although Manhattan is near the beach, but then Cartagena. Think of that like California, because that is right on the Caribbean Ocean. So that's right there. And apparently Cartagena is a lot of fun. And there's all sorts of, we would get like there's a walled city and you can get like a villa. We kind of the same thing that we did in Santo Domingo, but hopefully this would actually be fun. I mean, I had fun with Paul and everybody else, but
weird environment because you're kind of right in the middle of a crazy city. You could have just come to Queens.
I should have. Roosevelt Avenue.
Yeah, which by the way, they update on Roosevelt Avenue.
Yes,
it was all cleaned up for like 2 weeks.
Right.
Then I went for a walk the other day, and
better than ever.
All the prostitutes just moved 10 blocks closer.
That's right. Well, go where the money is.
But it's like it won't. Then they moved to like a more residential area, and I'm like, you're just gonna get. Because it's like the most conspicuous. It's a bunch of super loud Venezuelan girls.
Okay.
Just like on their fucking like texting and just fucking yelling and like making a huge scene.
Sure.
And so, they're going to just get run out of there.
Well, if they keep moving 10 blocks like every couple
They'll
of
be
weeks,
at my house in
they'll probably be here by February, by March. It's like the wave of Venezuelan hookers.
Yeah, they're closer to Nick now. I think Nick is in Jackson Heights. They're kind of more, they're creeping closer.
They're like a swarm of HIV positive bees just kind of moving across Queens.
It's fucking wild. I mean, it's like, as far as the whole, like, conservative talking point thing goes, like, it's literally just, you would never know. I wouldn't even know what it was. You actually sent me an article.
I did.
About how it was a thing. And I didn't even really know. I read these articles and I'm like, holy shit.
So what did you think?
That's what's going on.
What did you think they were?
I don't know.
Are they dressed
They're not really. Occasionally you'll see one that's like scantily clad, but they're just like wearing regular clothes. It's not. But then you realize, because it's like a lot of the restaurants that I like to go to for lunch are like right in. So all the prostitutes are right in between me and like Chick-fil-A, right? Or like Smash Burger.
Right.
So
stop name dropping. All right. You make a good living. Okay. Take it easy.
And so
Arthur
I'm going to Just Salad. And, but, they just opened a Paris baguette too.
Oh, now I'm starving.
So, you kind of walk, but it's like I only walk on that strip like every
20 minutes when you have to make your rent.
Only every 3 times a day. Every maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So I really get to see kind of the evolution of the one time I walked and it was like, wow, nothing. Everything is like quiet, right?
Crickets.
And then the next time it was
lousy.
Yeah. But the thing with the article that you sent was there was actually pictures and I'm like, holy shit, I know this. This is the area that I walked through. It's like walking through Tijuana. It's fucking wild.
That is
wild. They're back. Oh, but our boy Ovo.
Oh, hey buddy.
Chatted and he said, as far as Colombian.
Sure.
Colombian guys. He said, "Tu want dance? I'm gonna try to perform it. Tu want dance?
Yep,
it's good for you.
It's good for you. It's
good. Tu want dance? You want? I don't hear two, but I just get you want dance? It's good for you because he's good baby.
He lives in Albuquerque.
Yeah,
and
probably gets the Chicano gals.
He does. When I was out there years ago with Paul, we went to a strip club, and there was this dancer, and she was Native American.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Really lean into
that. Yeah, her name was Runs with Funny Money. No, I remember she was really, really beautiful, and I remember she had like long black. I mean, obviously she looked like a real Indian girl.
Sure.
And, we don't have that on the East Coast. We don't have like
not much.
We don't have reservations here. We have the Shinnecock out in the Hamptons, but I don't even know if they're even in.
Maybe you go to Cuyahoga, go out to Ohio, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe there have to be Indian reservations on the East Coast.
Anywhere where there's casinos, right? Those are all on reservations, or not always.
It's a whole thing. No,
okay.
The casinos they're allowed to open casinos. It doesn't have to be on their land, but they can. Because they're not beholden to the United States laws, they can open them somewhere. It's a weird thing, but in a short answer is it's supposed to be on Indian land, and a lot of them are, but they can also like partner with like Harrah's and things like that, and they can open. I don't fucking know, but it's okay. I mean, I don't know. Those are Indian casinos.
They can also partner with the mafia.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, has to be one or the other.
Me no like your manicotti. Me, you Degos in corner make me pay too much vig on machine.
Oh, we got another one from Ovo real quick.
Go ahead, buddy. What do you got?
Well, he says Albuquerque strip clubs are filled with Cubans, Puerto Ricans, and South Americans too. It's a breath of fresh air when you get one from Albuquerque. Like a local gal from like Mexico or something. Maybe.
I think he means like a local gal, like a
local gal,
like an Albuquerquean,
like one of Skinny Pete's friends.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the gals that hangs out with Pinkman.
It's funny you should say that because I was in Arizona,
Badger,
a year and a half ago. Shout out Highlighters.
Sure.
Right in. That's where I told you the story. Where I brought my Lyft driver in with me.
I think so. This was not the Albuquerque. This was Arizona.
How long? Scottsdale.
Oh yeah, that was. You were there for like a conference.
I was there for a vision conference.
Sure.
And I was staying.
My hands and my eyes.
I was staying way the fuck out in like Arizona, everything out there is so spread out. So I was staying in North Scottsdale, and I was talking to Paul, because Paul used to live there, and he was like, oh, you should go to the Highlighter. So I called it a Lyft, and of course, it's like fucking 35 minutes. So this driver pulls up. It's this little like white girl with like a neck tattoo. She's this little skinny, little skinny white girl, and she's vaping like crazy. There's like a fucking baby seat in the back of the car. I sit up front. We're just shooting this shit. She's telling me that she wants to be a private investigator, and she's like studying for her license or something. And we're talking, and she's like, yeah, I've got a kid, but my ex-husband, everyone's life, I feel like in Arizona is just a disaster. She's like, yeah, my ex-husband's like, he has to wear an ankle bracelet. He can't be around kids, but because it's his own kid, it doesn't go off that much. But if it does, you have to just kind of spray some water on it, and it'll short out. But you can't submerge it in water. I mean, I'm making all this shit up, but it was just she was just going on and on and on about all this shit. And so we pull up in front of this club called the Highlighter, which is funny because, and I believe Paul told me about this, but all of the waitresses that work there on their back on their ass, it says Highlighter, Liter. I guess that's what it is. But in the light, it just looks like all their asses say Hitler. So it's just kind of funny to me. I think
right. Paul, highlight, because if it's like if they're spelling it the cute way.
And plus, it's in that weird Gothic font. You know what I mean? So it looks like the fucking like some sort of German war plane or something. Yeah, and I'm like, Hitler Club. All right.
Oh my God.
I tell you,
got to be your favorite place.
Yeah, this lap dance is my final solution. Am I right? Anybody? Girls? Hello. So we pull up in front with this girl, and I asked her, I was like, hey, do you have any guns in the car? She's like, fuck yeah. She's like showing me, like, she's got like a gun under the seat. She's got a gun on she's got guns everywhere.
Shit.
She's just covered. Yeah, it's like firearms. It's fucking Arizona. And so we pull up, and they had she goes, oh, you go here a lot or whatever. And I was like, no, my friend Paul, I said, I'm so bored. I'm sitting by myself.
Doing research.
Yeah, I'm doing research. I'm part of the blind community.
I might have a Christmas party here.
This place better have a ramp. I'm handicapped.
Yeah, you're just kind of kicking tires, making sure things are accessible.
Yeah, I'm an ADA certified strip club inspector.
Right.
Get over here.
Could you imagine? Do you think of a better job than that?
Most strip clubs.
Brian McCarthy's strip club inspector.
Yeah, right. Do you have that railing around the toilet for people to get up?
Strip club inspector cable guy.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have this champagne menu better be in Braille, or there'll be hell to pay. So I tell the girl, I look up at I told her, I said, oh, they're doing a thing to do steak and lobster for $12 tonight. It was true. It was like, I think that's what Paul told me. Like, and something like that. So I saw it online.
Steak and lobster for $12.
She was like, oh yeah. I was like, I tell you what, I'm like, listen, I always make it very clear. I said, look, I'm not hitting on you or anything. I'm not trying to, whatever. I said, but I'm just kind of bored and I don't have anybody to hang out with. You want to just get off the clock and you want to come have steak and lobster for $12 and we'll just sit there for a little bit. She was like, fuck yeah. So
swear you got a live one.
Yeah. She parked her 2007 Hyundai Sonata, and we got out. And I mean, she was actually really cute. She had very like little like skinny arms and like a tank top, kind of like
I picture like Pink, that
yes. Yeah.
The pop star Pink.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing.
This looked like a girl that like had done a lot of meth, but had stopped for about 2 years.
Okay. Or who would play her maybe is Ruthie from Ozark.
Yes.
That actress could play her maybe.
That's a very good,
in the Brian McCarthy biopic.
She looked like a sexy squirrel, kind of like just this little squirrel. And I forgot the best part was she also had a bulletproof vest like just in the car. She wasn't wearing it though, so I don't know what that was about, but it was next to the baby seat. So anyway, so she and I go into the Highlighter. And of course, like, the host comes over and I said, hi, it's our anniversary party for two. Last name's McCarthy. Something by the window. We like to look at the gazebo.
Yeah.
And he goes,
great.
And he laughed. So they sit us down and she orders herself a Miller Lite. And I tell you one thing, the steak and lobster comes out. The fucking lobster smelled like ammonia, like you wouldn't believe. Like, I mean, literally, it smelled like they sprayed it with Windex.
Interesting.
Yeah. She ate hers, no complaint. Then she ate mine. I was like, hey, I'm not gonna eat the lobster. Do you want it? She was like, fuck yeah.
Wonder why that is.
Because I'll tell you what it was. It had been frozen, and then it had been defrosted and it had been sitting out. So it wasn't bad, but it had been like it had chemicals on it for like
Gotcha.
longevity.
It was not something you could rinse. Yeah, because it's going to have to be very stable if you're going to sell it for 12. That's not like we're not moving a lot.
No, yeah, and also they didn't just come in from like lobster boats from like Bangor, Maine.
Right.
Yeah, some guy pulls up in like a pickup truck. Sorry, highlighter. I caught some bad traffic over there in Texas coming with these hard claws. How many of these jumbos do you want today, sir? They're like, we're losing money. We're paying like this guy thousands of dollars to go get these lobsters. And this is the kind of, it was like the kind of like food preservative where I guarantee if you put water on to rinse it off, the water, like the lobster meat would get all like foamy.
Right.
Like
this was like shelf stable. Bro.
Yeah.
This is like canned.
Yeah.
They could probably can lobster, right? Or can you you can can like tuna, right?
Can anything.
You can can anything as long as you can it and put in the
it's
right amount
sealed properly. And then the steak were like a couple of like tips. Although they did take a temperature, which I thought was kind of cute.
Okay.
And literally when I ordered, I said, we're actually here for the steak and lobster. The waitress was like, really? Like, all right, let me see if we have any forks around here. All right.
A couple of plastic sporks.
Yeah. They're like blowing off the menu. Like there's like fucking dust on it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So this girl, she ate my lobster, her lobster, came with all these French fries. French fries weren't bad. And
that's a safe thing at a strip
And I actually held them up and I was like, I bet these are, I think these may have been hand cut. I don't think they were even frozen.
Wow.
I could have been. They were so shitty, like frozen, that they were all like asymmetrical. You know what I mean? Like they look like somebody in the kitchen was like a little retarded or something. And like, they gave him that potato thing that you put at the end of a table.
Make these look rustic.
Yeah, I make them look rustic. Hey, boss, this lobster smells like 409 formula cleaning. Well, shut up, Mickey. We know.
Maybe it's just because maybe it smelled that way because Mickey just cleans it before he's real.
Nice and clean. There you go. Table 19, fire.
You know, and you might not notice this because
go ahead,
your vision, but like you don't see like mentally challenged people as much in restaurant establishments. Or maybe I just am not eating a lot of fast food.
Well, I remember. Well, it sounds like you just name dropped Chick-fil-A just a few minutes ago. So
well, I've never seen anybody handicapped there, but there always would be like somebody sweeping the. They would always have a really enthusiastic.
Well, there was a
handicapped person.
There's a McDonald's commercial that maybe 80s or early 90s where it was like a guy with Down syndrome that like worked there, and he would like greet everybody and I hope you enjoy your Big Mac. You know, like
sure,
we're really happy. There was a YouTube video that I saw years ago, and it was about this guy that, by the way, the video made me sob. It was a video of a guy with Down syndrome, and he always wanted to own his own restaurant, and everyone got a hug. It was called like Hugs.
I know this guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I watched it, and by the way, like how sticky is that hug with all that syrup flying around there? And everything?
he was a restaurateur with Down syndrome.
Yeah. I mean, his parents really. I mean, I'm sure.
I think he was a driving force, though.
I may have made this joke already, but like, I love the idea of him out in front of in front of the kitchen, and like when he's out with the patrons, he's like, "I want a hug. Thank you for coming. I hope you like your blueberry pancakes." And then as soon as like he goes to the back of the house, he's like, "All right, listen, you got time to lean, you got time to clean."
Yeah, he's like a real fucking tyrant.
Go over there. That bacon's burned. What the fuck? You think bacon grows on trees? Because I don't. I don't have a bacon tree. You know, like screaming at people, get that stupid spick to get over here, and you got to clean up the. Yeah, he's racist and everything. Hey, I may have Down syndrome, but at least I'm white. He's like doing like dip in the back, maybe doing little key bumps. He's like
crazy, and to try it in, he's from Albuquerque.
Fuck me,
which I wanted to look up because.
All right.
Oh shit, Ovo actually he said the restaurant is in Albuquerque, guys. It's called Hugs.
Yep.
Have you been there?
Have you been
Ovo? Because I gotta fucking know.
Have you been to Hugs Ovo?
That's fucking crazy.
For those of you just joining us, there is a restaurant in Albuquerque where the owner has Down syndrome.
Maybe it's called Tim's Place.
Yeah, but he gives
Tim Harris is his name.
Tim Harris, but he gives you a hug. I think they're very big on the hugs there. Sorry,
my God.
I came in my pants a little. You smell good. You smell really pretty.
That's great.
Yeah. So anyway, so I get to this. So if you go to Albuquerque, I'm telling you, lots going on in Albuquerque. It's all nonsense, but there's a lot going on. But so I get to this highlighter
He's
place.
been there. He says he's been there.
Did he get a hug?
Is it maybe it's called something else? But yeah, he's been there.
Okay.
I'm assuming he got. He better have got a fucking hug.
But you're not leaving it. You managed to get out there without a hug. He runs out and pounds on your window.
They follow you home.
Yeah. You come home. He's in the bathtub naked. Time for your hug, faggot.
I like the idea that he's racist.
Yeah. He's mean to everybody.
He said no. The Down syndrome place is closed.
Oh, damn it! The Down syndrome place is closed.
All right. Well, I don't know what.
That's because the health inspector went there 2 minutes after they opened, and they realized there was just feet in everything. Yeah. All right.
Man,
you
that's
wash you wash your own hands. I'm not washing my hands. Nobody got time for that shit.
All right, so you're at
I'm at Highlighter. This is all going back to Cubans and strip clubs. Just so you know, there's a narrative thread here.
Listen.
So we go, and I think it's funny because the girl I'm just drinking Red Bulls, because I'm an alcoholic, I can't drink, and so I have a problem. Sorry, and endemic alcoholism runs in my family. My father molested everybody he could get his hands on. Only me, except for me. Figure that one out. I know. I wouldn't mind.
You're telling me I made it all the way through Catholic school. Well, K through 4th grade Catholic school. Those are your prime years, though.
No, 5th grade is good because you're right on the cusp.
Oh, you think maybe I should have hung in there?
Yeah. I would feel so weird. I'll molest a 13-year-old all day long, but not a 9-year-old. That just seems wrong.
Well, you remember that? Did you see that documentary, The Keepers? That was actually in your neck of the I believe in Baltimore.
God, no, it's Boston, I think. But
was it Boston?
Maybe,
okay, it could be. Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe I'm just thinking of the archdiocese or whatever. They had there was a lot of shit going on.
Yes.
But they were molesting girls.
Ugh, gross.
Can you believe it?
What's the point of that?
Like the police were involved.
The police were also molesting girls?
Well, the cops were, or the priests were bringing in, the priests were bringing in police officers, and as a perk, letting them have at it with the young girls.
Oh man, it's everything
fucking crazy.
Everything's
fucking insane.
Everything's just awful,
right?
So anyway, I'm sitting here with this Lyft driver girl, the public private investigator. By the way, she's still in my phone, which is kind of funny.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. And she's sitting there, and we're just bullshit. Tell me about it, like her kid and her ex-husband, and blah blah blah. And again, I'm not making any sort of moves or anything. I mean, I'm talking about Christ, Jocelyn. I'm talking about the kids. I don't know,
just showing pictures.
Like sitting there, just bullshitting.
But your hands on her leg, but while you're showing her pictures.
Well, I said, it's funny. I can tell your heartbeat from your inner thigh. If I press my thumb hard enough, I can feel your heartbeat.
Here's her first communion.
Yeah, here you go. Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world.
Like, no, I'm not hitting on you. I'm showing you pictures of my family.
Hey, I smell something. On top of this ammonia, I'm getting little pennies. You on your period? I'm getting pennies.
Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah, pennies. Yeah.
Like I didn't know, because I remember, because I sometimes people still will reference that. I said one time years ago that I went down on a girl, and it was like, it tasted like hot pennies.
Yep.
But I didn't realize that was like,
blood is metallic.
Oh, so
or coppery.
Was probably like just coming off of her.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. So anyway, she's sitting there, and the thing that made me laugh is, I swear to God, she had like 4 Miller Lights. Then she checked her phone. And she's like, I got to get back out there.
Yeah.
And then she was like,
I got to catch a fare.
Yeah. She was like, do you want to go back to the hotel? And not with me, but as a ride back. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to hang up on myself.
I'm maybe going to wait for a Lyft driver that didn't get drunk.
Yeah. I'm going to get, don't worry. I think she probably would have been like, hey, the seatbelts don't work in this, in my car, but put on that bulletproof vest.
I got plenty of guns.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We're covered.
Yeah. If we start to get in an accident, just shoot out our tires. It'll be,
that's all. Well, you can always, if the car rolls, you shoot the window out.
There you go. See,
if you go into a reservoir or something, body of water.
So she leaves. There she goes. But she puts her number on my phone. She's like, call me when you're done and I'll come get you. I mean, obviously she wants like a fare. So not like I don't give
She's
a fuck.
not. She's like your driver. It's like Tulsa King.
Yeah.
You're like buddies with your.
Yeah. She's like, I'll pick you up. She's like, we're not done tonight. So she's like, I know another place that's got nickel shrimp cocktail. We're hitting all the
Sounds
yeah.
like something maybe from Fremont Street.
Yeah, oysters 10 for 50 cents.
Oh, real quick, Ovo chimed in again. Says, you guys ever see the T string poking out as a girl is on stage dancing? The tampon string. I have never.
No,
in my life.
No, although, I mean, I
may have seen one like at the pool or something.
Wouldn't that inflate with water or get waterlogged or something?
Not the string, but the
applicator or the
actual
cotton part up there. No,
it's already moist up there, so I think it's already.
I've never seen the string. I have had the occasional. It's a long time ago. I remember having a lap dance and the girl being like, "Hey, I'm about to get my period." And I was like, well, does that mean like in 5 minutes? Like,
should we hurry?
Yeah. Is it coming down the fucking pipe here?
Right.
Like, is it, am I about to get hit with a train full of menstrual blood here?
Yeah.
But
can we at least get through this Drake song?
Yeah. So she leaves, the Lyft driver leaves, and now I'm by myself. And of course, now that I'm by myself, the dancers come over and this girl comes over, Spanish, with this, you would have loved her. I mean, she was actually, not really what I'm ever really looking for, but I can appreciate the dimensions,
Okay.
This huge ass,
big
tiny waist, big tits. I mean, really. And she was like, "Hey, do you want to dance, baby?" And I was like,
"Is good."
Sure. So we're going to dance. And then while she's like speaking, she spoke pretty good English. And she was like, I said, "What's the accent?" She goes, "Cuban." I said, and I made a joke. I said, "Would you float up here, fucking up the Mississippi over the Rio Grande or something?"
That big fanny of yours.
You probably don't need an inner tube with that culo. Fucking the USS, fucking giant ass. Go ahead, a 3-hour whore instead of tour. Go ahead. What do you got? So I made a joke about her being, and I remember she really liked that joke that I said that she like floated up here. But then,
gotcha.
She goes, "Where are you staying?" And I said, "I'm at the JW Marriott Diamond Ranch, which is where I was staying."
Diamond Ranch?
Well, I'm doing pretty well.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, it's like, well, that's a
Diamond Ranch.
That is a neighborhood in Scottsdale.
Oh, that's the neighborhood. I thought that was like, I don't know.
No, and the property had a lazy river on it.
Ooh, that's fun.
Isn't that wild?
Love a lazy
river. I know, but it was like, this was August. It was like 119 degrees.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, you get like a tan going to the ice machine.
Yeah, the fucking water was too hot. Water was, if you pissed in the water, you would cool it down.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the girl's dancing. So she just says to me straight up, she's like, "Do you want me to come to your hotel room tonight?"
Nice.
And I was like, obviously not. But I go,
obviously.
I said, "What's that going to run me?" She goes, $1,000. She goes, $1,000.
$1,000? Ooh.
Yeah, she goes, $1,000. Yeah, but I feel like that was kind of she threw that over the.
Yeah, you throw out a high figure and then you meet at 5.
How about 50? And we just start negotiating for
25?
hours. Yeah, turns into it's like buying a rug in Morocco.
Free.
She brings out mint tea. We're sipping it.
My friend,
for you.
She goes, "My friend,
feel the wool, feel the nuts on the rug."
Wow, $1,000. Well, yeah, for Cuban that's surgically enhanced.
Yeah, I don't know if that meant she was going to stay all night. We didn't, but I was like, I said, "Wow, that's really expensive." She's like, "Oh, I'll make it worth your while." Blah 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 blah.
Poppy, she call you Poppy?
You don't often because I don't know. Maybe that's a Puerto Rican thing or Dominican. I don't fucking know. But our entire interaction was only the length of that one dance. And and I just wanted to see what was going on in the dance with this stupid place.
And the big culo that doesn't really do much for you, right?
Well,
you're just for you, it's just kind of incidental.
Pretty is pretty, and sexy is sexy. I totally get it. You know what I mean? Like, sure. I do understand it. I do some. Look, I know I've joked around the show that I'm not. I have a relatively large whatever, maybe, and
yeah, he's good. He's
good for you. It's a nice, good for pushing.
It's good for that. Yeah,
but
sure.
This girl's butt was so big. I was like, how would that even, it seems like a lot. It seems like you'd have to know, couldn't be your first rodeo. You got to really know what to do with that.
I'm trying to think of my first, like how that was. No, it's not really. Cause the angle, you're not really.
Yeah. You're not
like if you're maybe going from the top or something, but yeah, it's not. People think that. They also think, oh, you got to have a big cock to like. And you're like, no, it's not really.
Oh,
whoa, Jesus Christ!
Who's that?
I don't know. It's not in your phone.
Okay,
It's
good.
just
Probably some
but
bullshit.
yeah, no. A lot of people think like, oh no, I couldn't. It's like they're like you're trying to give them
It's-
dessert. Like, oh, I couldn't
Well, I
possibly.
I mean, I'll just
Like,
have a
you don't
bite.
need that much dick.
I'll have a bite. I know I was at lunch today with my friend and I ordered creme brulee for dessert at lunch, big fatso. And he started eating my creme brulee. I was like, God damn it. I said, we could have gotten 2 of these, I don't want to share my creme brulee. But
oh, it's delicious.
Oh,
Too.
I
And the
love
creme brulee is just a little
dessert.
So
That's my point. I don't want our spoons
yeah, that's not a
touching.
share. That's not a share.
It seemed very intimate.
Occasionally, like I'll because my girlfriend's on Ozempic,
Me
so like
too.
she can only have like she just like I just like she smells the dessert,
Yeah.
and that's all she needs.
Well-
So maybe then, but
Yeah, I ate half of my entree and then I ate, well, 3/4 of the creme brulee. And then I didn't eat again for the rest of the day. That was it. So same kind of thing.
right.
So anyway, point is there are lots. And then I actually asked one of the guys working there because they had to call the lift for me to get home. And I said to him, I said, yeah, the dancer is Cuban. And he goes, they're all Cuban. He goes, all the dancers.
That's great.
So for some, I don't know, again, just shows you what a mosaic of cultures America is, that
In Arizona.
here you are in Arizona and apparently Albuquerque, and they're all Cuban. So, I think I told you that Paul had that friend that went to Cuba and he went there like just to fuck around as a tourist. And then on his way out of the country, he was literally like going through customs and the security, like the customs people or whatever border or whatever the fuck you call it, leaving the country, take a look at him. And he had like a goatee and piercings and tattoos. And they were like, what were you doing here? And he was like, I was just on vacation. And they were like, yeah, you're not going to leave yet. We're going to,
Wow.
and they didn't let him leave the
They
country.
really like vet his whole trip to make sure he wasn't.
They interviewed people apparently that like,
Yeah.
at his hotel,
Yeah,
and they
like corroborate your
called
story.
around. And I swear to God, I have a feeling like if they got around, it was like they found some girl who was like, yeah, he paid me $100 to like blow him or something. I bet he'd be in huge trouble. Do you know what I mean?
Think?
Yes. I think
even if there's a different crime committed, I don't even know if it's a crime there. Would it be a crime?
Yeah, I think it is. But I think if the Cuban government is looking at you suspiciously as you're leaving the country, they want to find something. And
Sure.
And maybe not even, and I'm sure you can get drugs in Cuba, but it's not the kind of place you go to like pick up like, what do I know, but like 2 ounces of cocaine. I would imagine you can go to the DR or fucking Puerto Rico or Colombia for sure, Peru, whatever. But like, they don't make it in Cuba, you know what I mean? Or they don't process
it might be a stopover.
Yeah.
But even that is, I know like the Dominican Republic is a big,
yes,
that's like the hub.
Yes.
They get it there and then they go to
big
their
port,
final destination.
big port city. Final destination, my left nostril.
Sure.
Yeah. Watch out. Booger sugar. But so they kept them there for like, I think a week or so. And they like checked them out.
Oh,
and looked
a
around.
week.
Yeah.
Do you know how long ago this was? Because you couldn't.
15 years ago. Well, remember,
was it opened up then? Because I know like they at a certain point.
Here's the rule: you can, if you want to go to Cuba, and I think that's actually like this now. Even if you want to go to Cuba, you have to get into Jamaica or Canada, and from there, like you're allowed to go to Cuba. You just can't get to Cuba directly from the United States. So you just have to get to Jamaica, and then you take a 20-minute flight, or you go up to Canada, and then you fly to Cuba from Canada, or obviously anywhere else. But it's like you can't leave the U.S. and get into Cuba. So, but I've heard from other people that have gone there, like it's, girls are beautiful and everything, but like, I don't know, I'm fucking around with that government. I'm not going to.
Well, I always thought it would be because it was so cut off from everything. I heard like when you go there, it's like everything's just still the way it was in the 50s.
Yeah, they have
in terms of like there's no cars, there's no like importing anything from outside.
Yes. They haven't had a new car there since like 1959.
Right. So that would be fun to see. This weird time capsule.
Yes, 100%. And also, like my friend, she went there. She's a travel writer, and she told me like the entire country, there's no internet. Like,
really?
Only if you go to like hotels, like and they give you a password. Like they keep it. Like she told me she was there for a vacation, to write about Cuba, and she said like the only place that she could get Wi-Fi was in this like marina, like this boat marina.
Wow.
Like, she had to kind of go out into the water and like make a phone call. not because
Holy
they don't
shit.
they don't have a fucking internet there and stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah, right. So anyway, but I'm interested. If this whole thing happens in Paris and we end up going there,
Gay Paris.
Gay Paris. Thing is like, I don't want to go to like the Louvre or Versailles.
Yeah,
I
the
don't give a
touristy
shit.
stuff.
No, I don't care. I mean, plus I can't really see it anyway, and like all those
Right.
lines and everything. But then I don't really know how to get out of it necessarily. So
Well, couldn't you stay at the hotel that day?
Well, I
Kind of
would-
like, hey, you guys go do your thing. Let me.
Comment dit-on le Asian message ici? Le play,
I'm
play,
sure they
play.
have.
Eh,
I'm sure they're
well,
everywhere.
excuse me.
Any major city, I think
Yes.
they're doing that.
I carry a lot of stress in my groin. Excusez-moi, pardon me. Hein?
Mhm.
Yeah, may I have some escargot and a rim job? Okay, thank you. I don't know,
Mhm.
but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, but we'll see. I mean, I think it'd be fun. And again, this isn't my trip, so it's fine, but I'd like to go to like Marseille or Corsica or one of these like weird, like, one of these like French port cities, that's
Sure.
like, they, a lot of Algerians and like, I don't
Okay.
know. It just seems like it'd be fun to go to some funky fucking like
Sure.
Marseille's got to be a weird town. Like it's right on the water.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, I don't know. It's where the French Connection, all the heroin comes in, maybe
Sure.
shoot up some dope with some Cuban strippers.
Fig you'd have to.
Be funny. Everywhere you go, there's just Cuban strippers everywhere. You're like, God damn it. You're like,
That was the thing, like Asian massage, Cuban strippers.
just Cuban strippers everywhere. Yeah. Actually, funny enough, I was in Florida years ago, 6-7 years ago. And
They've got to be lousy with
they are
Cuban
lousy with
strippers.
Cuban strippers.
That makes sense though, because it's right, it's right there.
I know, but you wonder, it's like not a big country. How many Cuban strippers do they have? It's like, it's kind of like Ireland.
Well, it's kind of the question of like, are you a stripper when you left, or did you become one? Maybe.
I'm just talking
You know what
about
I mean?
I'm talking about the numbers of it. Like, how many
Oh.
people really live in Cuba? It can't be more than a few million. So
Well, they all left to strip,
yeah, even the guys.
to
Hey,
do the forbidden dance.
don't you want to lap dance? Come on, man. It's nice. I
You're
love
either
it.
a
Guys.
cook or
He's working nice for this good, huh? You like? Come on, papi. Come on, primo. Let's go. Don't be stupid. That's how they
goo.
That's how they get you to go in the
goo.
champagne room. Don't be stupid. Come
Don't
on.
be stupid.
Don't be stupid. Come on. Get
I
on
don't
here.
know many I'm trying to think if I know many Cuban people.
No. I don't know. I mean,
I might have an uncle that's Cuban. Actually,
oh my God, let's call him. Was he dancing at Gallagher's?
he might be. No, crazy. You know what I found out when I was visiting family is my Aunt Mary
Yep.
met my uncle Carlos. She was gonna be a nun. She was going in to be a nun, and
Yep.
he was a priest.
Oh
And
my
they
God.
hooked up, and they
Wow.
decided to fucking
I see.
leave it all behind in their together. And then they had,
I used
then
to
they had
love.
a kid that like became like he was in like soap operas and stuff because he was so handsome.
I used to love God. Now I love your culo.
I think he might be Cuban. I think he's Cuban, but he's
Okay.
like a dark Cuban.
I used to like crucifix. Now I want you to suck my dick. Fucking God, that's
Uh-huh.
crazy. Okay.
I'll send him that on Facebook.
I used to like a
I think
rosemary.
he's maybe.
Let's call him up.
No, we're not like. I haven't talked to him.
No, that'd be even
in-
funnier.
Hey,
You're like
Carlos,
hey, Uncle Carlos.
baby.
You realize you're going to hell, right? You reject.
No, but it's wild. I had no idea that there's all kinds of weird shit that like happens in, you get the weird family gossip.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
holy shit. I didn't know I was from one of those kinds of families, but we just didn't talk about stuff.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I hear things about my dad that, I mean, my father's a terrible person, just like out of the gate. And I don't need more stuff to hear, but I keep hearing things.
This is my Aunt Mary and
Let's see.
Uncle Carlos. If you can see him.
Oh yeah, Mary. She looks like a real fucking pig. Oh wow, Uncle Carlos. He looks like Wesley Snipes. Look how dark he is.
Yeah, he's dark, but he's got the gray hair. So
He's
he's
got-
like, yeah.
Yeah, he's got nice thick head of hair.
Yeah.
It's good.
I want to say he's Cuban.
Well, I mean,
But
Carlos.
isn't that wild? They were in the fucking I don't know, whatever you call it.
Yeah. Well, I have a relative who became a priest, and the rumor was always that he was gay and he didn't want to disappoint his family, so he went into the
Sure.
priesthood,
Right.
and then he passed away. So
I mean, I think a lot of that happens, but I think then there's also people that just grow up very Catholic, like my aunt, and they're like, well, that's an option,
yeah, and then she like I wonder if she like caught him like taking a piss or something, like walking through the rectory and saw his giant
But, like,
uncircumcised cock.
holy shit.
Yeah, she's like, oh Lord, she's probably praying to God. She's like, God, why does my private genital area keep getting so moist when I see that Hispanic dark man?
Right?
God,
Maybe she just never met like a hunky because apparently he was very
I
handsome.
bet he was. Yeah.
He's very can you imagine that? Handsome, like dark skin.
You think he made like Old Testament jokes, like when he after the first time he went down on her,
great moves. Like
yeah.
probably like
he goes down on her for the first time. He goes, I've heard of a burning bush, but this is ridiculous. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Did you used to write for my Uncle Carlos?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yo, Jordan, man, she got it tight like Lazarus. She make my penis come back from the dead every time I look at her. Oh my God, it's crazy. Look at her. My God, look at the curly black gray hairs on her head. Think they're still doing it? They look like
I don't know.
Isn't it?
They seem fun.
I have talked to
Sure,
people.
they like seem like they love each other. So I would imagine, yeah.
Is that an expression of love?
I heard it can be.
Oh God, you imagine.
Originally, that's something about that.
Yeah, no, I have a friend. I know, right? I have a friend of mine. I have these friends of mine. They're well into their 80s, and like they still fool around. Like,
fucking wild.
Yeah, I mean, I asked him. I said, "How does that work?" He's like, just fucking whatever. You can turn the lights out. You fucking, you just fool around, and you just something goes on. And,
turn the lights out and just imagine her when she was 25.
Or imagine when she was 60. You're like, she's 88. You're like
60.
I mean,
you were so hot when you were 60.
Man. You remember?
I mean, there are hot 60-year-old women. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I was with a lady that was in her 50s, and she had. I remember she took her shirt off, and I was like, audibly like, "Whoa!" And she was like, "I know." Rack of a 20-year-old, and I was like,
"You're like, well,
yeah."
Let's be honest, rack of a 30-year-old. Let's not take it easy.
It was like spectacular.
Well, I'll tell you that the people that I'm talking about, I actually saw. This is like over 10 years ago, so she was like in her 70s, but she flashed me her tits.
Really? Did she have them done?
No.
Oh, just natural.
They were little, and they were like, I mean, they look like they look like breasts. You know what I mean?
When you're 70, you want to hope that they're
here's the thing,
manageable.
You want them smaller. They weren't big, but they weren't like all like wrinkled and like falling down and like whatever nipples falling off. I mean, she looked like a regular. I actually said to her, I was like, you have great tits, like for a 70. I could suck those things or whatever, or fool around with them, I guess. I mean, like, I could get aroused.
Like, oh my God, I'm so flattered. Keep going. I guess I could spot, like, if I was injured in a foxhole or
I look at it,
like
I go,
terminally ill, I could probably make something work.
Full disclosure, I want to throw up, but I don't have to throw up.
All right, I'm blushing.
Oh, goodness,
Mr. McCarthy, I never.
Yeah. Why don't you show me that model snatch of yours next? Take me on a tour of your decaying body. You vertical corpse.
Well, occasionally, speaking of like queens and hot lad ladies and prostitutes, occasionally you'll be walking on the street and you'll see a woman that's like an incredible figure.
Sure.
And then you get up to like the stoplight and you see her face and she's like 100 years old.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of it's being held together with shapewear or whatever, but it's insane.
I remember I like to read hooker ads. I have my whole life. I enjoy
you thumb through, like the trades.
Yeah. I like the verbiage. And I remember this one ad, it literally said mature woman with a handsome figure. I remember thinking to myself, she's got to be at least 65. Yeah. Like if you're in a hooker ad and you're calling yourself a mature woman, like, you're not trying. You're like, I know I'm not going to fool anybody. I know this is.
They say like 40. That means 55, probably.
Yeah.
They say 29.
Yeah, handsome woman. I voted. Yes, woman. I voted for Eisenhower. Right. You want me to? Thing is like if you're that old, you really have to just play it up. You're like, I'll give you a hard candy you'll never forget. You know, want to soil my doilies? Let me tell you about how much a carton of milk cost in 1938. Just really turn people. Because there are people that have like have old fetishes. You know, I mean, it's no secret. Joe DeRosa and I talk. Joe DeRosa likes a older woman. Like
I like an older woman.
Yeah, but how much older? What do you mean?
I mean, I haven't really had like a relationship, but I mean, when the one I was just talking about that had a good rack. I was 27.
Okay.
And she was in her 50s.
How'd you meet her?
It was like one of those kind of, you're at a bar and there's
breast
like
cancer
lady,
survivor.
There's like a lady that's kind of hanging out by herself. I was with friends, but she was just at a bar hanging out by herself. Yeah. I know.
Hey, let me get a Brandy Alexander and an extra one for the boy at the end of the bar.
Right. And we were like right next to her. She was like the stool over, and I was hanging with some friends. And then I remember we ended up striking a conversation up.
Sure.
And she was a producer, and she had worked on the Mitch Hedberg, like True Hollywood Story.
Yeah.
And so I'm from Minnesota. We kind of like, I had gone to his, like a benefit with like, it was like David Tell and Rich Voss and stuff. And I don't know, we kind of like struck up a conversation. I don't know how we figured that out, but we had some things in common. And then
she's like, kid,
Bob's your uncle.
She's like, kid, you like comedy? I went to high school with Buddy Hackett.
Well, the weird thing is I had no idea how old I thought she was like probably 40.
Sure.
But she was in her 50s. But it's like, how do you? I forget how I even figured out how old she was, because I never asked. I'm a gentleman.
Think about it now. She's almost 80 now, probably.
Well, she would be okay.
Let's do it. Let's do the math.
Do the math.
27.
So in about a week, I will. December 1st, I've lived in New York City for 18 years.
Oh my gosh.
So and this was like, this was 2000.
I had lunch with somebody recently, and they were talking about New York, and they referenced something I didn't know what they were talking about, and they said, which I think is one of the most obnoxious things you can say. They went, "Oh yeah, I forgot you're not born and raised."
Oh,
like, yeah, I know. I've only lived here for 34 years. I know.
Raised.
Go fuck yourself.
Most of the people I know that are born and raised want to get the fuck out.
Yeah,
they don't have the appreciation like we do.
I don't know what to tell anybody. I'm like, look, I moved here when I was 17. You're right. I'm not born and raised. Sorry. I'm from Baltimore. Although when I was much younger, I used to sort of lie and not really say that I was from Baltimore, you know, because frankly, it's kind of gross, you know. But now I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
But then if you do say, you're like, oh yeah, I'm from Baltimore, people go, oh, yeah, how do you like living in New York? I'm like, I don't know. I've lived here for fucking 40 years.
Right.
It's fine.
Right.
At some point I'm gonna leave. It'll probably be feet first. You know, I mean, I did 4 years in LA. I did almost 2 years in Miami, and then here I am. So, but
oh my God, she would be 71 years old.
Fucking hot.
Holy shit!
Did you find a picture of her?
No. I have. I honestly don't remember what her last name was.
Let's check the local obituaries.
But she would be
71.
In her 70s.
Yeah.
Depending on, I don't remember if she could have been 52. I'm just accounting for if she was 55.
Okay.
But
well, listen, maybe she hasn't hit the wall yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just watched that movie, The Substance, that Demi Moore movie that was really, really good.
Yeah, I've been hearing everybody talk about it.
You haven't watched it yet, have you?
No, I haven't. It's scary, right?
No,
it's really.
I mean, it's
thriller.
Yeah, it's really it's a satire, really.
Oh, you know what? I think I heard it was gross, and I think that was why I was like, that's what I was, not scary, but maybe
it's
gross.
But it's not like The Terrifying or whatever. It's not like gory. It is gross, but it's not. It's fine. It's trust me. I don't really like.
Is it still in the theater?
No.
Oh, okay. I can watch
Joe
it at home.
DeRosa turned me on to this. You got to go on Amazon Prime, and then it's on Amazon Prime, and then they have something called Mubi, MUBI. And you join Mubi for 7 days for free, and then cancel, and then you can just rent it for $20 if you don't want to go through all that bullshit.
Sure, but I think it's still in theaters as well.
I don't know what's going on in theaters. But
what's it called again?
It's called The Substance.
Okay, because I've been dying to go to a movie.
Oh well, then this will be the thing. Or you can go see Wicked tomorrow. It's very exciting. Everyone's all fired up.
Oh yeah, I think my girlfriend's going with like her girlfriends.
Yeah,
they're going to see Wicked.
Yeah, apparently there's they have signs in movie theaters that say, "Please don't sing along with Wicked," because people love Wicked. and so they're going to sing along. And there is going to be, for those of you theater fans out there, there's going to be a version of Wicked. It's coming out on Thanksgiving, which is this Thursday, and it's going to be the sing-along version. So you'll be able to sing along to Wicked, everybody. Just hang in.
That's coming out, so like on video on demand kind of thing, or
No,
that's
like in theaters, like
in theaters.
Yeah.
So that one you can sing along.
Yes. I don't know the
my
difference.
God.
They give everybody like a broom and a pointy hat and a 1 and a 2.
Can you think of like a bigger
Like place,
nightmare or
No.
place you would rather not be?
Yeah, I
A
mean,
sing along movie?
yeah. Well, apparently, like the Taylor Swift movie, people were like screaming and flipping around. And
I heard they were like doing like
laps.
yeah, because that was the time when everybody was like, "Hey, is this Taylor Swift thing a cult?" Because like girls were dressed in all white and they were doing like a ring around the rosy thing.
Yep.
Like in front of the weird behavior.
Yeah, it's
Weird cult like
Yeah.
behavior.
Well, this is just, people like love fucking Broadway shows, and people like, I don't know, I guess they love Wicked. I mean, so, but I do understand if you just want to go watch the movie and you're watching it and the person next to you is like, I am a witch. You're like, all right, I want to hear the show. Well, that's why I don't like going to see live music, because people fucking sing along with the shows or,
Yeah, sometimes.
oh my
yeah.
God. Like
It hasn't really bothered me that much in
But
live music.
you don't really go see like Billy. If you go see Billy Joel, I guarantee the whole fucking audience is out there going like, we're down Easter, Alexis, and I'm going down Long Island Sound.
Sure.
There are monsters out there in the canyons,
Wow.
and I'm Nantucket bound.
Now I don't have to go.
No, it's like you went already.
I felt it.
I get so annoyed. A couple of years ago, my wife's friend came in from Texas, and as a treat, like, my wife likes Billy Joel. Who cares? I like Billy Joel. It's fine. Like,
Yeah, I would see. But I mean,
there's
I got
nothing
no,
wrong.
I got
Yeah.
no beef with
I
Billy
mean,
Joel.
Yeah, is he incredibly? People go, I hate Billy Joel. I'm like, yeah, the guy sold 900 million albums, so
Yeah.
whatever. It's fun to not like things everyone else likes. I get it.
Mhm.
But I remember, like, my wife's friend was going to take her to go see Billy Joel, and this girl came in. She'd gotten them, like, I don't know, front row seats at the Garden or something crazy. It was like some crazy, insane ticket.
Jesus.
And so I'm at school picking up one of my kids, and there's this dad that I'm talking to, and he's this older dad, and grouchy, because everyone's fucking grouchy. And I said to the guy, he's like, so what are you doing tonight or whatever? And I go, oh, I'm just gonna be home with the girls. I've got to make dinner and stuff. I said, my wife's gonna go see Billy Joel. And he just goes, I hate Billy Joel. I don't like Billy Joel because Billy Joel. I looked at him. I said, oh yeah, I don't remember asking you. I think I'd had a couple of drinks,
Holy
by the way,
shit.
but
Wow.
I said, I don't remember asking you about how you felt, if you were going to be cunty about Billy Joel.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
and he was
Didn't
like,
ask.
Yeah.
How you
like,
feel about Neil Diamond?
yeah. I don't like
Wanna
Billy
give me
Joel.
any-
Yeah. Can I get your play? What about Van Morrison?
Yeah, you want to give me your opinion
like-
on Hall and Oates?
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. James Taylor. He only does,
Gary.
he does the same 14 songs. And then I said to another dad that knew this guy, I was like, do you like that fucking guy? And he goes, no, all he does is complain about everything.
He's always complaining about Billy Joel.
It's
It'd be
always
weird
a-
if he was always
Yeah.
complaining about Billy Joel.
Yeah, Billy Joel.
You didn't realize,
Or-
like, you just
Yeah. Or,
walked into a hornet's
Yeah.
nest.
And then I do a deeper dive, and I find out Billy Joel like killed his brother in like a drunken driving thing and got away with it. And then when he was leaving the courthouse, he looked at this guy and went, I would do it again. Yeah.
He has like a crazy
Yeah.
Billy Joel.
Yeah, like a vendetta
and he
against
just
Billy
started
Joel.
singing doo-wop.
Yeah.
and
He's
just
like,
skipping.
I wasn't even drunk.
I
I pretended to be drunk just to do it. I would do when I killed your
Just 'cause
brother.
brothers
I was
suck.
rock hard. I came in my pants when I fucking saw his
That'll
lifeless
do
eyes.
it. That'll sour you on an artist. If
Yeah.
they do that. Hey, we should go behind
All right.
the old beaded curtain here.
All right, a couple of housekeeping things.
Yeah, let's do a little business.
Number one, get on that fucking Patreon. Okay, seriously, it's
Get on
very, very important. You see the link on the
or,
screen.
Yeah, or if you want to become if you're a
Yes.
YouTube, since we're talking to YouTube this
Right.
second, if YouTube's more
I
your
know.
speed too, you can do
Of
that.
course, you can do both.
We got
However-
something for everybody.
Patreon goes into the PayPal account, and that's Gallagher money.
Sure.
So
okay.
I am
All right.
sort of doing a bit of a. Do you remember Oral Roberts from the 80s? He was that televangelist who basically said if he doesn't raise $15 million, then God's going to kill him. And he gave himself like time, and they
Yeah.
got right up to it. And he was like, he didn't have the 15 million, like 13 million. And he like came down and he goes, good news. I talked to God. He's giving me another week.
Give
So
me an extension.
yeah, I got it. It was tough. He didn't want to do it because, he said, if I got to do it for you, I got to do it for everybody.
Yeah.
I got to do it for everybody.
Sure.
So anyway, we're doing the Patreon. So here's a couple of things. You can see it on the screen behind us. That is
right on the ticker, actually.
Right on the ticker below us. Below us. This is why I'm a terrible weatherman.
I wish
Below
somebody would cut a montage together
of
you seeing things.
Oh, sorry. All right, down. It's
No,
down.
no, it's just very funny
Okay.
to me.
Or if that for some reason, just Google Brian McCarthy Interview Show Patreon. It'll come. It'll just come right up. And join it. It's the holiday season. There you go. To the
And
or
there's 20 years of archives.
My
How long have
God.
we been doing this? 20 years?
yeah, something. It's like this. It's like it's a vault of nonsense. There's hundreds and hundreds of hours.
It's like we're in the 300s of episodes. So
Yeah,
that's
so
gotta be
300 hours of shows. And
Yeah,
they're and
crazy.
you know, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say they're good because what else am I going to say? But they're, you know, if
Yeah,
you like
around
this,
5 years worth of
so there's a lot of stuff over there. There's
5,
also
6 years.
ringtones.
Oh
And
man.
as a matter of fact, before we go, can you play the BMIS ringtone just for old folks, old time's sake? It's called. You literally call it BMIS. So if you go to settings, sounds,
that's,
ringtone.
hold on.
So we're gonna do now is Adam cut a ringtone. This is an actual sound of me.
It's under sound and haptics, I believe.
I
and I'm
believe
trying
so,
to remember where to
too.
get.
Yeah, or you go to like the
Where
phone
to
things.
go?
I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
well, it's somewhere different now, so I don't want to like.
Well, just fuck around for 2 seconds. I think
Okay,
you'll
if you want to
find it.
keep talking,
I'll keep talking. I'll filibuster.
Is there
So
another place that we have it?
if you search BMIS, it might just come up like
Wait,
that.
is it set to your ringtone or no?
No.
Oh, so I can't just call your.
No, sorry about that. But maybe just search BMIS because that's the name of the thing.
Yeah.
So that could be easy enough. So anyway, what happened was a couple years ago already at this point, probably 5 years ago, I ate a lot of cherries and
Oh, that one.
yes, I ate a lot of cherries
Yes.
and I recorded the I just put my phone in the toilet bowl and I recorded myself pooping and farting and just all this gas coming out and it's a
Yeah.
ringtone. So if you're on the Patreon, you can have that as a ringtone. So there's that. So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Right.
And there's a T-shirt, all kind of bullshit, whatever. Now I'm just kind of talking because Adam's looking at the phone, so which is okay. But and then also we're not doing a show next Friday because it's Thanksgiving, but we're going to do a Thanksgiving show on this Monday. Hollywood Howard. Right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
you talked to him, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So this Monday,
You
Hollywood
asked
Howard.
Howard.
yeah, Hollywood Howard is going to be here on Monday, and we're going to get him drunk. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have Hollywood Howard here. We're going to get him super drunk. The election's over.
We got a back waxing one. This one's actually bad.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Ow! Ow! Is it weird that my nipples are hard?
This is me getting my back waxed.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a ringtone.
Oh wait, BMS ringtone.
Yeah. So before you jump in there, just 2 seconds. So the reason why it was so painful is I didn't realize I had just shaved my back like a week or so before, so the hairs were really, really short. If you get your back waxed, you wait for the hairs to be really long. I didn't know that, so I went to this fucking place. And I had really short back hair, and the woman was like, "You sure you want me to do this? Because your hair is really short; it's gonna hurt." And I was like, "Ah, it's fine." And I laid down. It was so fucking painful. So here is a little bonus.
I think this is called BMIS ringtones.
I think
assuming,
yes,
right?
yes.
Oh,
There you go.
I had to cut this all together.
Yep. You can hear me breathing.
Sounds like a fucking gun. That's insane.
That is really
That
my
is
asshole, everybody.
Insane.
Yeah, for
'Cause
your
you ate cherries.
I
Yeah?
ate cherries. Yeah, you can say my life is the pits.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
So anybody
Good
say hi
stuff.
to, or should we just jump over?
It's all the people.
All the people. Hello, young
Hi,
people.
everybody.
Remember, so we did a special show on Monday. We're going to be Hollywood
Yeah,
Howard.
Monday at maybe we'll say what's he coming at 1?
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be like 2 or something.
Something like that. I
Yeah,
think
1:30.
oh no, he's very on time.
Oh yeah, we can probably just roll right at
Roll right in.
110, 115.
I'm
Okay,
gonna-
yeah.
I'm going to have some wines available for him to consume.
Oh yeah, we should get them. I think this is like a yearly thing. I think we did this last year. I think we got him like drunk,
Yeah, something like
and
that.
he got a little,
he got-
a little,
Yeah, I got a little racist and
He
this,
got- we kind of met the real. I think this is when we met the real Howard.
Yeah, that's what I say. When you get drunk, you don't turn into a different person. You turn into the person you really are.
Sure.
So
yeah, the mask comes off.
Get him drunk. It'd be funny. You get him drunk and he picks a fight with us. He's like, "Look at you two. You like getting me drunk? You little faggots? Huh? You want this? Get the old Jew drunk? Is this a joke for you? What do you think I am? Some kind of puppet on a string? Puppet on a string for you? I'm fucking fuck you. I'm wearing 9 jackets. I'll kick your fucking ass." Everybody, we're going to jump over to the bonus show right now. So become a member and you can stay with us and roll right into it, or Patreon.
Or you can watch
YouTube,
it on Patreon,
whatever.
Early tomorrow.
Thank you very much. We'll see you on Monday. Set your calendars.
Yeah.
Bye.